The reason, do you know the reason I knew that Intent was always gonna work? Was because those 4 films I just said
All
to
successful.
you, they're successful, but with a cool black audience. So I knew, yeah, I could just release the Intent, do no marketing, yeah? And I knew, because black people like the full films that it's kind of based on, it's a classic to black people. And the rappers thing, I'll tell you the truth, the rappers thing, Scorcher had done Top Boy.
He's a brilliant actor.
Summer House, yeah? And Scorcher was one of the best actors in Top Boy, Summer House.
100%.
We back. We back again. We back. With two great directors. Hey, what you saying? Look at intro thing.
A little intro thing, so obviously, we've got some big people in the building today. We've got some vets in the building today. People that both had 2 different paths that are both killing in the industry. So we've got my boy, Femi, and as he taught us,
You still did it wrong though. You said oi. What? Who says oi when it's yay? It's oh yay.
Oh yay. Oh yay. Oh yay. He run.
How could you do the action and still get it wrong? You said oi. Like oi. Who's that boy Lethal B?
Like,
oi. No, it's oh yay, bro.
I know. I've been listening to too much grime, bro.
It's oh yay, like Kanye.
Oh, you like Kanye?
Oh yeah, like Kanye.
Come on. So
Thanks for having me, though. I'm really grateful to be here, guys.
No, my brother, come on. Your flowers, my bro. Come on.
Guys are smoking the cigars.
Hey,
they got
come
the
on,
drinks
out here sipping juice.
Lifestyle, man.
Come on.
But we have to reel out the IMDb because your thing's long, fam.
Long, man.
And you know what?
Very long.
So long.
Hella long.
Bruv, I had no more space in my paper.
I put it in my phone, it was so long.
No, I'll be honest.
man.
Do you know what, yeah? I checked the other day for whatever reason, and it is quite stiff.
It's very long, bro.
You see the credits man saw? Writer, producer, director, man, everything.
Everything.
Sound man,
Exec.
everything. From kidulthood
To adulthood,
4, 3, 2, 1.
it's a lot. The Intent too.
Finding forever that you're currently doing.
You know, one of those was God, and also like to be able to, the power to say, you know what, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And to figure out a way to do it. I think that's how I live my life now. It's like, I say yes to myself every day.
Come on.
And we got another guest
we
in the
got
building as
Koby.
well.
We got the main man, Koby.
Come on.
Koby Adam, my
Man, like
G.
Koby.
The list is long too, you know.
List is long.
List is long.
It's not familiar and long, but I'll take it. You get me? Like, I can't lie.
From when we see stuff like haircut, fam.
Come on.
Them shorts there.
From there, bro. Bruv.
Impactful. The man's over in South Africa filming noughts and crosses, fam.
Tell them again.
Noughts and crosses, fam.
Big channels there.
Fam, big channel thing.
And then what? Top Boy as well.
Oh, Top Boy.
What is going on, bro?
Few episodes in Top Boy.
yeah?
A couple things.
Yeah,
One or
it
two,
is.
you get me? Like,
1, 2 things.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, salute, my brother.
Love, man.
Salute,
Thank you,
man.
man.
We're
Thanks for
here
having
living,
me
man.
as well,
Let me give
man.
you, man, a little cheers to that,
grateful.
man.
You know what?
Cheers to that. Come on, man. We're here.
More life, man. More life, man. More power.
life, my brother.
Blessings.
Come on.
Love.
So the first thing I wanted to touch on, man, is like, okay, me as an actor, yeah, pre the Black Lives Matter movement, I find myself like realizing that the whole time I've been taming my blackness. Now in the industry, I had to dress different. I felt like I had to speak slightly different. And what I have noticed, there's been a certain shift where it's unapologetic now, where I'm walking into rooms now and I don't care what they think or how they look at me. Cool. I'm just wondering whether you, man, have ever experienced that as well.
You know what? Look, my answer will be different from Femi's, innit? Because
Yeah.
I feel like, obviously, you know, Femi and your peers have had to go through certain things I didn't have to. You see what I'm saying to you? I think that obviously their work and the work they put in kind of started shaking it up enough for, you know, people like me to walk through and just be myself. Now, the, you know, ground's been set in a way where I can actually just be myself. And if I can't, I'll probably just S out. Do you know what I'm saying to you? There's enough jobs for me to, and actually now, in a way where I look this way, speak this way, but I'm creating jobs. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I guess, you know, I've seen what you guys have done and you, as a foundation kind of thing to press on from that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my generation probably had to have more of a battle, but what you have to understand, how I came into the industry through an open audition. And I know like No Clark's cancelled now, but I remember being on set with No Clark and I remember him saying, on the adulthood, I remember him saying, Femi, one of the man them's directing and I'm wearing tracksuits.
Yeah.
My night tracksuits. Yeah. Now looking back as you were talking, I'm thinking, you know what, actually, my man was doing that in 2008 and he was breaking that ground. However, there's a certain degree, in order to proceed within the industry at a point, if you're not middle class or middle class adjacent, it's very difficult because the language of the British film and TV industry is middle class. And so in a way, you almost have to be a middle class person or assume that persona to be able to move forward within the industry. And then on top of that, if you're a black person, then you're even more foreign. And like, unless you fit into a type of blackness that the mainstream's used to, it'll be a lot more difficult for you to progress and move forward.
Do you know what's mad? And what was weird, when I went drama school in LA, they wanted us but didn't want us at the same time. It was like, all right, cool.
There, innit?
Bro, I was in drama school and the roles and stuff they was giving, man, to play, like the scenes and stuff, wasn't for, man. It's like they wanted to change who I was. Oh, we can do this. I'm like, raw, you're trying to change who I actually am, the identity of me as an actor, like fully trying to change it to fit their narrative. Do you get what I'm saying? But how is it when you're walking in the door to get, especially for you, Femi, to get like funding or to get things broadcasted, and are you walking in the door because they know who you are already, or is it a thing where I'm walking in the door fresh, new, and I've got to try and put on or code switch when you get into them rooms?
You know, the thing is, I'm complex. I grew up on an estate, but I went to an elitist university. Right, I'm from the hood. I'm as hood as anybody. But also...
Don't know!
No, but factually...
I had to do that real quick.
No, factually.
Know.
No, but there's that. Factually, I'm as hood as anybody. Like, we can do it. We can take it as hood as you want. Yeah. But at the same time, I also went to the London School of Economics and I studied law there. And so I can play both. Like, I can go into that room and I could be the guy from the estate, but at the same time be, you know? Also, we shouldn't always try to look for this uniform black, because there isn't a uniform black. I was born in Nigeria, that's different. That makes me different. I can speak Yoruba, that makes me different. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, when you're walking in and you're the only black person, right? Or like, remember when I'm trying to raise money, I remember trying to raise money for my first film, It's a Lot. And I'm calling all these people, they don't really understand the culture. And trying to persuade them to invest in me and all. It was tricky. However, things changed when we decided to raise money from our own community to make the intent. The thing is, why I love the intent, people always like, why I love the intent more than anything I've ever done in my life is because it was fully financed by black people.
Okay.
The most we got was my 2 mixed race brethren that put money towards marketing. That, for me, showed me that I don't even need to go to whoever. Like, I could just go to my brethren. What, you got 10 bags? You got 20?
Yeah.
You got, like,
that's what it's become now, isn't it?
And like, do you know, and then after, and I'm talking like, this is before George Floyd. This was 2013, 14. Black people gave me money to do this. And then, when I was doing the Intent 2, I walk into the room, and for once in my career, in a corporate building, the guy on the other side was a black man. So I walk into the room, and me and Nikki sat across from Darkest Beast, who was president of Island Records at the time. Now, Darkest was sat there, and I knew he had the power to give me all the money that I needed.
Yeah.
And I've never walked into a building with a black person knowing that the black person that I was going to speak to in that building had the power to sign whatever check I needed. It's never happened before, till that point. Yeah. And so when that happened, I realized actually it's not about diversity behind the screen, it's about diversity of the people that are signing the check.
Defo.
Anyway, so I walk in with Darkest, he's like, "You're the guy from Kid Auto, didn't it?" Blah, blah, blah. I knew.
There you're like,
but he's on that. But he's on that.
30
minutes into the meeting, it's come to him. He's like, "I've been looking at you. You look mad familiar." You're like, it's just come to me, and all of that, and then we're having different conversation. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because ultimately, I'm not then having to explain who I am or who black British people are or this. I'm just explaining my project.
Yeah, facts. Word.
So like, the first hour of the meeting or the first meeting that we're gonna waste explaining blackness,
we can spend on productivity instead.
So like, actually the key to changing the game is black people being empowered to be able to commission stuff.
the great thing about the both of you here is that we've got 2 black directors here. But in terms of getting in and choosing the people you want to work with, your crew and whatnot, especially for you, Koby, like doing shows like Noughts and Crosses, yeah? How is it for you to select who you want to be on set when you first coming in at like a Noughts and Crosses, like, you know what, I want this DP, I want this spark, I want that guy to help with that. Do you have the control straight away, or do you have to kind of, all right, the producer said I've got to use this person?
You definitely have to earn your influence.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Like, people will take chances on you, but they still have their reservations, because, you get me, they're risk averse. It's a business in the UK, but I think that, you know what, one thing I realised is that me as well, coming in, I have to humble myself in it. Like, at the end of the day, these people have been making TV, whether they're white or black, for the past 20 years. So in terms of technicians that I can have access to create what I want, they can put people in front of me. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And I'll humble myself in it. Like, I'm not gonna bring someone I've just worked with who's been doing 8 years against 30 years.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, if I go the other way, it's a lack of wisdom. So obviously I choose between the experienced people and I build my crew. Like, I've never used the same DOP twice.
Really?
Never. From short film to TV.
Why is
it
that?
just hasn't happened that way. You know, what I have worked with is the same production designer twice. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And that production designer came from Mammoth Screen, who make Noughts and Crosses. So yeah, man, I think it's different though in terms of like building a crew and commissioning. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Because on the DBK end, I commission all black writers. Okay. All of them are black. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And it's like the first and second time filmmakers, they ain't done 10 shoots. Yeah. And they don't all know
DBK and all that.
It's my production company.
Come on, so DBK is your new production company. So real
that's your hat,
man. That's sick.
Salute to that, my G.
And what you guys into right now? Then
you know what? I'll be honest with you. I can be transparent, right? So in 2016/17, I was at film school, right? And I got this database of film producers, the best film producers in the UK.
You hacked that, yeah.
A friend of mine, so you know what? A friend of mine in film school was working as a runner in a production company. They had a screening and they had this database. So he's my G, he just busted the database. I just skipped sleep. Deets, trust me, yeah. I just I skip sleep now, and I just emailed everybody on that list. And it just so happens that the 2 biggest producers on the list got back to me.
No way.
I did it at like 3 a.m. By 11 a.m. Fixing an appointment with my assistant, Tim Bevan, at Working Title. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Oh, I'd love to be your mentor, Rosie Allison at Heyday. Do you know what I mean? And all the other producers just ignored me. Like, it's cool, innit? I mean,
big ones want to help.
I emailed like 100 people and 2 did. So obviously I went in to go and see Tim at Working Title and he gave me advice, right? And this is something that I actually want to say out loud, because it's not advice I want to keep to myself, innit? Like,
please share.
He goes, look, you got to tell the stories you can tell, innit? Like, the ones that I've been doing since the 80s are played out, like. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, people are bored of it. Like, you made the same things over and over and over again. Just tell your stories, because nobody else can. The way you can make us happy, laugh, cry, sad, all the above, and you'll be successful. I made 2 shorts and I did Noughts and Crosses.
Mad.
But do you get what I'm saying? Like, he gave me advice and I just followed that advice specifically and it paid off. And obviously I think off the back of that, I think I used that as the commissioning model. Do you get what I'm saying to you? It's kind of like, okay, cool. Who has got the most original idea based on what they've been through, kind of thing, but who also understand the concept of don't complain about it. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Just take people through this roller coaster of emotions. And you get me? So we picked those 5 out of that. They made their films, it's done, going on TV, boom. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let's break it down. You've got like an Island Records giving you bag of P. They said, you know what, Femi, you got to have this, this, and this in place before you even get the bag of P. Yeah? You say, you know what, I need a bag of P to make my film, maybe to get to the next level. So I take this now, and next time I build what I want to do, because now I've got the people behind me to do it. But it's like, for you, how does it work, or what have you been in?
I've been fortunate because I've had power to do whatever I want. All my projects, I'm like, you know what, this is the thing, because it starts with me. No one can tell me how to do it better. It's what you said, because these are ideas that
only you can tell.
Only I can do, right? And so ultimately, when I go into those situations, I've never had a situation where they're like, you have to do it like this, or well, I have once. No, I have once.
Really?
I'm lying. I have. Do you know what?
Producers are always
Do you know what? I have more than once. However, what I've realized as I've grown older in the industry is that these people are just doing their job. Dame Dash said something to my business partner.
Yeah.
Whoever pays has the final say.
But one thing I will say is I've been blessed with that situation every step of the way. Even as I'm working with people, like, I'll never work with them again.
Yeah.
They're pissing me off. What? Boom, 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 boom. Bruv,
Who? Name them now. I'm joking.
actually, you know what? I could name them because it's cap. It's just the emotions of the situation. It's just my own insecurities because I'm not being listened to. But the reality is it's my job to make them listen.
Yeah.
I need to find the language they speak so they can listen to me. And if I don't do that, I can't blame
That's what
other
I meant
people.
originally about, you said the language they speak. So do you feel
Because
like
they've got the
you're
bread.
now
Have you got bread? If you've
taming- but
got
then
10
that's
million
what
to
I
give
mean
me to
by
make a
taming
TV
yourself,
show,
so now-
I'll speak your language.
But that's what I mean.
Do you get it? But if
There's
you ain't got
moments
the
you have to do
bread,
that.
you see what I'm saying to you? I have to speak your language.
You know what happens? And I think, Femi, you get this a lot because I've heard a few interviews with you this a lot. What happens is, like, people get bread, they make things, yeah? And there's always a discussion or an argument or a disagreement in terms of, like, casting with certain rappers and not actors and whatnot. It's like, yo, you've come from the scene, but you don't put other people on. Like, it's like, no, but I need my project to do well. I need
Let me
to
tell
get
you
bums on
what I
seats.
casted.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain this
Break
rapper
that
thing.
down
Let me break
because-
down this rapper thing, yeah.
Let me say this rapper. Let me.
Let me break it down.
Break it down for me.
So I make a film, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I put predominantly actors in it.
Okay.
It comes out, it doesn't do that well. The first film project I've ever done in my career at that point that has not been successful. Everything else that I've done at that point had made millions in
carry
the
on.
box office. And so at the same time, so then I'm doing this project and that happens. And then my business partner calls me and goes, fam, I've got this idea of the intent.
Yeah.
Do you think we should do it? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. He's like, I'm gonna write the first draft. I goes, bam, send me, once you've done it, I'll do my part.
Come on.
And then, like,
Come on.
boom,
Boom, boom, boom, boom.
And so we're doing boom, boom, we're going back and forth with this project. And then the idea was this was funny. What's your favorite film growing up?
Menace Society.
The Wood.
Menace to Society, yeah? What other films do you like?
It's always black gangster. That's what I grew up on.
Like what?
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. Does Boys in the Hood have rappers in it?
Of course it does. That's Cube.
As Ice Cube. But anyway, so then when we're creating this project here, we analyze, right, when African American films were starting out, the most successful ones, they all had rappers in them.
Okay.
And then we were like, but why do they have rappers in
Yeah,
them?
love and basketball.
No. Like this, I'm saying.
No, there's things that
There's
don't.
a lot that didn't.
No.
But I can
No,
understand
I'm
the
saying,
formula that the ones that
I'm
did.
saying, you know what
Go
it is?
on.
The early ones all did.
It's true.
This is science. So then
Yeah.
we're analyzing it. So I'll tell you, I'll break down the intent, yeah?
Go on.
In 4 films. The intent is shot like Belly. So if you go and look at all the filters, the red gels, the blue gels, that we use, go watch it when you got time.
I've seen it.
I'm just saying.
So rewatch it and understand it in.
Go
Because now
watch
you
it.
know.
No, go watch it. Now that you got that, no, it's here. You go watch it. No, now that you have this information, no, it's shot like Belly. The inciting incident is the same as Juice. So Juice happens because the kids go and rob the corner shop and then he shoots the guy in the corner shop. In the intent,
The corner
Scorcher's
shop, he
character
goes in,
shoots the woman
and
in
they
the corner
get-
shop. Yeah,
Cool.
But then there was one more film, In Too Deep.
Oh, big. Yeah. That's one of
With
my
LL Cool
favorites.
J.
Oh, come on.
So what's it about?
In Too Deep. So the CI.
The undercover police
The CI,
officer
yeah.
sent to that's the intent in 4 films.
Yeah.
The reason, do you know the reason I knew that intent was always gonna work was because those 4 films I just said
All
to
successful.
you, they're successful, but with a cool black audience. So I knew, I could just release the intent, do no marketing,
Yeah.
and I knew because black people like the 4 films that it's kind of based on.
They're gonna
It's a
latch on.
classic to black people. And the rappers thing, I'll tell you the truth, the rappers thing. Scorcher had done Top Boy.
He's a brilliant actor.
Summer House.
Yeah.
And Scorcher was one of the best actors
In that thing.
Top Boy, Summer House.
100%.
Factually. Yeah? And so, because he'd rap before, I'm not gonna cast him. Because he's an actor.
Can I be honest? I think my only one gripe with it is when the rapper clearly can't act.
Yeah, fact.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? I think
But there's a lot of that.
just because they've got a name, I think that acting is such a craft in itself
No,
that I don't
factual,
think it should be an
factual.
easy entry. Like, I'll co-sign Scorcher any day.
Factual.
I'll cast Scorcher tomorrow.
Even
Do you get
Kano.
what I'm saying? Kano, I'll
You know what?
cast
Let
him.
me get right now. Yeah. I'll
But
go
there's certain
give
rappers,
Kano
I won't say
his
names,
fucking
I will never
flowers, bro.
cast
He's
him.
hard.
No, it's a fact. It's a fact.
But you know what it is? It's when the rappers want to put in that time and effort. You see people like Kano, yeah? He's putting that time and dedication. His whole thing there, yeah?
Guys, you know what the truth is, yeah?
Bro.
The thing is, everyone sits around and talks about Top Boy. It's led by 2 rappers. No one talks. No one talks to the directors.
Ashadi and
No
Kano.
one gets there. 2 rappers. When I met Kano, he was a rapper. When I met Ashley Waters,
a rapper.
he was a rapper. I was a youth man watching Ashley Waters, thinking, oh my gosh, I want to be like Ashley
know
when
what
I
you
grow
mean,
up.
I know what you mean,
So
I know
what
what you
you are trying to? Everyone sits there and like everyone tries to get onto me.
These
but
times,
everyone these times,
your favourite
you're
show
all
is led by
gassing
rappers.
Top Boy, but it's 2 rappers are the main guys. When I first come in the game, when I first met Ashley Waters, I was gassed because he was in So Solid.
I'm gassed today because of So Solid. Yeah.
Not because I was like, oh my gosh, Ashley Waters, I've seen him.
Yeah,
No,
100.
I was gassed. Not because I saw him in Bullet Boy. I was gassed because I'm like, oh my
That's
gosh.
So Solid.
I'm like, raw, it's my man from So Solid. And he knows who I am.
Wow.
I think what the great thing is about them, man, is they're there to study the craft and put in the work.
Yeah, but how do you know?
You can see certain
How do you
films,
know?
like let's no cap. You can see
No, you
certain
can
films.
say names, you know, and I can talk about it.
We can say. I'm not even talking
You
about
can
your.
say
I'm not
names
even
to
talking
my
about-
films.
I'm not even
I'll
talking
Yeah,
about
he's
your-
got
I'm
a
talking
badge
about
of
your
honor for that one still,
I'm not even
man.
talking
I'll talk about it.
I'm
I'll
not even
talk
talking
about
about
it.
your projects. There's things that we see. There's things that we see out there, yeah. And it's like, hold on, you could have casted an actor. I'm not saying you specifically, by the way.
You
bro.
can't say me, you
No,
know.
if I would
Like,
say you. I would say you, bro. This
You
song's
can
about
draw
keeping
him
it
out.
real.
You can't draw me out though. I'm still, you get me? I'm getting my feet under the
understand,
table.
the
You get
thing
me?
is,
So.
You know, it's different.
No, but you know what? It's not even out of spite or anything like that.
There's no
it's
spite?
Just, no, absolutely not. Because I understand the formula. It's just more so like, again, like I said, it's like we said, the US have now done that as well, boom, boom, boom. But they're now transitioning to a point where they don't have to do that. And the question is, when do we feel like in the UK it can work?
We are doing that already. But then they do noughts and crosses, but Stormzy's in it. Why is Stormzy in it? Stormzy didn't need to be in
why
it.
Stormzy in it?
And also,
Stormzy didn't need to be in
because
it.
look, shall I tell you why Stormzy's in it? Shall I tell you why Stormzy's in it?
What was in it?
No, but Mallory Blackman rates his thing. Okay. We all like the book. Loads of people like the book.
I like the book, I'd be in it.
They didn't just walk into Noughts and Crosses. Do you know what I'm saying
Yeah.
to you? But Mallory Blackman loves his activism. She loves what.
I like the book as well. I wanted to be in it, but
Okay, but if you look at,
no,
if,
it's okay.
no,
I
wasn't part of the. I wasn't part of the initial.
Notes and crosses, nothing really.
He did.
Did he?
He did, because at the end of the day, Stormzy was the biggest artist in the UK at the time commercially, and he stuck his name on it. And as a
Listen,
result,
Brotherhood. No, guys, Brotherhood, that film which I didn't do, that the third part of them films. Brotherhood, yeah? Stormzy, no, I met the distribution company. They sat across from me like this, and they said the film only did well because of Stormzy.
and that was back then.
Let
alone Noughts and
No,
Crosses
but
time.
listen. That
Exactly.
is the second biggest Black British film ever after Blue Story. And so when you sort of sat there and you're like, what's the difference? It's like actually, it's the difference between hundreds of thousands more people seeing. Remember, we made these projects so they could be seen.
And that's the initial. That's 100,000 people watching, and then everybody that they influence. So it turns to millions.
But when you watch stuff like You Don't Know Me, you got man like Sam in it, yeah? The thing bangs.
Oh,
Samuel,
yeah.
actor, you get what I'm saying? But he can do everything, whether you want to be road, whether you want to be like whatever it is in it. And essentially you don't need that name to sell it when the story is
No,
that
do you know
great
what
and
it
the
is? Do you know
acting's
what's
that good.
mad? Do you know what's mad? You see BBC, yeah? They could put anyone in any program because people watch BBC anyway.
You can do street casting.
They could do anyone. It doesn't matter because it's free. You know when I'm trying to get people to go to the cinema, when I'm trying to get people
You have to
motivated.
draw them in.
Listen, if I make a film, yeah? If I make a film, if I make a film called Glass, like, or Hourglass, yeah? And I put Skepta in it,
It's gonna do well.
people are gonna go and watch out of intrigue to see whether it can act or
What's Skepta doing? Exactly.
Guys,
That's what I'm trying to say. the
this is a
formula,
business.
I
I'll
get
be
it.
honest.
Yeah.
It's not even like the formula. The formula is flawed when you've miscasted. Think about it, yeah? Before I made the intent, no one knew they wanted the intent. I have to, within a few seconds of you watching that trailer or seeing that poster, persuade you that you need to go and see that. I need to make it as easily accessible for you as possible, right? And so like, I remember like, you know when I did Kid Out, yeah, the posters were all over the tube. And I remember my brethren saying to me, you know when I saw that, I didn't even know what it was. I was thinking, are you not rappers or like, is this a new album? So imagine at that point, yeah, people thought we're a new rap group or whatever, yeah? But because it looked familiar to them. Do you get what I'm saying? So your poster, your artwork, your trailer, everything needs to look familiar. And the easiest way to achieve that unfortunately to say, is by putting a
People
name.
they know.
Now, wait, the intent, we couldn't afford Tom Cruise, but guess who's Tom Cruise at that point? It's Scorchers, Krypton Conan, it's Feki. That's my Tom Cruise.
I feel you.
However, initially I have to target a core demographic because you know what? Guess what? Guess what's deep? What's hilarious? I have meetings with Americans all the time, right, on Zoom and that. The most hilarious thing is they don't know Scorcher's a rapper.
Oh, really?
But why would they?
They're American.
They're like, he's such a great actor, man.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
No, but the point is actually to us, you're looking at those films and like, you're like, oh, they casted all these rappers or blah, blah, blah. But actually, the point is, if they're good in their role, they're just good actors to the...
But like, you know what you said? You said
If they're
Captain
bad
Conan.
in there,
You said
bro.
Captain Conan. They can't act.
You don't think Krypton Conan can
Nah.
act? Fair enough.
You know what? Can I say
You
something?
didn't need them in there.
Can I say
but
something?
It helps sell the film.
You know one time, Femi, remember you invited me to, I think it's The Intent 2, you invited me to the shoot, and I was like in Croydon or something, like Fulton Heath or whatever. So I just came, I came on my ones, whatever, fuck it, my boy Femi just invited me, I got there, I saw everybody like Krypton Conan, I saw these rappers. And I was sitting there and I was just thinking, you know what, yeah, they don't even need to know how to act, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, they just have to be themselves.
That's
you know
what
I'm
I
saying?
mean.
It's a certain package. It's a certain package that you're selling, isn't it?
Fam.
Like as soon as you see Krypton Conan on the screen and you're a fan of music, you're buying
into it.
For a
And
fact.
that's genius marketing, that's great. But at the same time, where do we lose what we're actually trying to do as proper directors and actors and whatnot? Do you
No,
know
but
what
it's
I'm
an
saying?
art form. Yo, Sanchez is an art form, innit? There's different art forms, and I think that, look, if you make Peaky Blinders, you make Peaky Blinders. If you make The Intent, you make The Intent. You don't have to try and cross it over and try and compare
Yeah,
it.
and,
Because
and that's
they're
what,
different,
and
they're
that's
different
what Wayne was
experiences.
saying, like they can all kind of live, and I agree, they can all
Yeah.
live in its own habitat. You get what I'm saying? But it's always a conversation that comes up.
No,
and
do
it's
you
great
know
to
what?
have.
I think it's a fair
I
conversation.
think it's a great conversation to have.
I think actors that want to act in real things should go and act in real things. I think if actors don't want to work, if actors don't want to be in it, if they don't want to be in the intent,
don't want to do it,
they don't have to be in the intent.
don't do it.
If actors want me to create other stuff for them, I will create.
I'll
those
do my
things.
best.
You know, but ultimately the thing is, I make my projects for me. I make them in the way that I want to see them. Like I said to you, there's a science.
Yeah.
Everything I do, there's a science to it. I've got a film now that's set in Jamaica. Like if I start breaking down the project, like we really sit down. Like the thing is, people think we come up with these things in a vacuum. Like we really sit down, yeah, and we really like watch films for months. Like before coming up with this is what we're gonna do. Like we really like we do sessions where we just watch films and take notes. Like, and we're just sitting there, we're just taking notes. Like, oh, this works, this is the element we like. That. And so it's not like, nothing exists in a vacuum. And there's a reason why we do the things that we do and the reason why we cast the way that we cast.
I get it. It took me a while to get it, but
To the
I
both
do
of
get
you,
it.
it's like you guys, we're all chasing the same end goal, innit? And I see from the both of you, the way you're doing it, it's just different ways we're coming about to get the same end goal. And that's getting our stories out there. You get what I'm saying? That's getting our stories and our narratives out there.
If I may say, I think that, look, I respect everything. I respect everything you do, do you know what I'm saying to you, but I'll cast like one rapper and everything I do, if that, you know what I'm saying to you. Only because, you see, for me, I think performing arts, I see what people go through to be the best. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And the films that I look up to would be Goodfellas. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Would be this film and that film. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So, you get me? So essentially,
No, but
you know
take
what?
Good Will Hunting, yeah? You know, like people like to throw these things about, like man don't know. These were youths from Boston playing themselves. You know, like, because they're big actors now, you're breaking. No, but
they
these.
still
no,
study
but
the craft, though.
wait. These are youths from Boston playing themselves, bro. These are youths. Remember, you see them, man. That's their ends. They're making a film. It's like being from Hackney, and then you're like, oh, hey. You know what, man, then? We should write a film, you know? That's Good Will Hunting, bro.
No, but you know what? That's
These-
kind of
like,
what Top Boy is, because a lot of the actors that are cast in Top Boy are street cast.
Yeah.
Des Hamilton's a casting director on that, and
Who
he's
cast
brilliant.
street
He will
actors?
literally just go on the street, see people about, and say, yo, do you want to act?
And so when people are like, oh yeah, real actors did it. What is a real actor, man? Respect yourself.
I mean, you know what? I don't think the word is real.
No. Honestly,
there is a value. There is a value in a trained actor.
no, there is. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you the truth. There's still no. You know what? When I was at law school, someone broke this down fantastically. Imagine there's a chef. Yeah, chef, learn how to cook. Blah blah blah. Yeah. God bless her soul. When your mom was alive, could she cook?
Yeah.
Did she go to cookery school?
Never. It was like the ancestors just
no,
entered her
but
body,
my
and she'll
brother-
taste it,
no,
and
but-
she'll
but-
take her own time.
but my bro-
she'll pray.
No, but,
She'll.
but my point is, yeah, my point is this, right? Your mom can cook in the same way that she could cook, yeah? Someone that could act and has got the natural knack for it and has had practice and has got the ability from the ancestors and so on and so forth, they can act. Someone that has been to drama school, they can act, but they've got the formula. They've got a toolkit. You know what drama school gives you? Remember how act, you know? You know what they gives you? And I legit go into drama schools, yeah, into Central. I was in Central like 6 weeks ago, talking to actors. I legit have active, like, teachers at these drama schools that are my brethrens. Do you get what I'm saying? So like all it gives you is a toolkit a formula. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like, you know, if you're an untrained actor, if you've got the knack for it, you can train.
But you need a workflow.
Huh?
You see, if
You
you're
do.
untrained,
Everyone does.
exactly. So if you're untrained, you've got the resources, but you don't have the instruction manual
You don't know structure.
to know what
breaking
the
down
principles
scripts.
are. Do you get what I'm saying?
Know what beats. I know how to, like, there's certain
you know
things you
what,
just don't know.
I'll give you an example.
Working certain things. And I know you know because you're an actor. And we can't shy away from that. Do you get what I'm saying? Script analysis, breaking down beats, coming in with a backstory, bringing all that shit to a show just makes the role and the character a bit more 4D. And that's facts. You get what I'm saying?
It does, but then I'll give you another example. Someone like Jasmine Jobson, right? I worked with her on Top Boy, and I worked with her on Northern Crosses. And can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
You see what I love about Jasmine? Yeah, she'll step on set and she trusts me with all of her life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? So she's already decided this guy knows what he's talking about, right? So I'll just say, okay, boom, Jasmine, I need you to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'll go and use all my action verbs, right? At this point, this is the action verb. At that point, that's the action verb. We run it through twice. The third time, she's got it in the bag.
Come on.
And we go. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, Jasmine ain't that type of actor that will come and call you the night before. And there are actors like that. They'll call me the night before. They want to understand everything going on. Right? But she won't call me. She'll step on set. In the morning, she might be a bit tired. She'll be like, oh, fuck's sake. You know, she's a bit in a mood and whatever. Right? We'll run the scene once or twice. She loosens up. And she'll be like, Koby, what do you want? I tell her what I want. She bangs it.
That's it.
So she leaves it in my hands to put the performance together. Do you get what I'm saying to you? She leaves it in my hands to supervise what the performance is. And I think there's different types of actors. So I think what I agree with you on, there isn't one way of approaching actors. There isn't one way of approaching the end product of actors. But I guess it just depends on taste, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? If you're making whatever you're making that. But if you're making this, you're making this. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And you make decisions according to that. Do you get what I'm saying?
But there's a few games you want to play with you guys, yeah? It's called And Cut the Bullshit. All right? So the game is...
It sounds a bit techie, I don't want to play
It
it.
can get techie. So, we ask you either or questions, right?
Either or.
And if you can't answer, you be politically correct. You either take a shot or you eat a hot chicken wing. So we're going to fire at Femi first. Me and Mike will go back to back, fire the questions at you, then we're going to come over to you, all right?
But also, so you do know as well, we also have to forfeit as well. So if you forfeit, we also
And that means if he
forfeit as well.
if he fucks up, you drinking too.
Please relax. Because
All right, cool. You hit him first.
better actor, Emil Mean or Richie Campbell?
I knew it. I knew the stuff like this was coming. I knew it.
Richie Campbell.
Richie Campbell. Fantastic. All right. Who's your favorite? You got children, right?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite child?
Boss, just say it. It doesn't matter. Just say anything.
You want the shot now?
Just say anything. We know you don't mean it.
No, I do the shot.
We know you don't mean it, Femi, bro. I'm gonna have to drink the shot, bro. It's not just you, bro.
This is for their self-esteem. Like, you know,
They're going to
so
look back one day and be like, Daddy
my
said
children, my
me.
children will find this and say, one said me. Nah, man. I have two boys as well.
You know what? To
More
your kids.
life.
To your
my
kids.
sons. To my
To your
sons.
sons. To your
To my
sons.
sons. More life.
Say nothing. Say nothing. More life, man. Come on.
All right, cool. Scorcher or gets?
I know my answer, but I don't want to do another shot.
Listen, Femi, just give up. It doesn't matter, bro.
I don't want to do another shot. So
Let's
what
go.
I'm going to do, I'm going to say Gets because I'm closer friends with him.
Come on. Hit him. Give him two more.
Burna Boy or Wizkid?
Burna Boy because I met him and he showed me mad love.
ZZ Mill Show or Chucky Online?
No,
Take
bro.
that shot, bro.
Please, no. You got one
Take
more
that
chance
shot,
to
bro.
answer. Don't, bro.
See that
come
shot,
on.
bro?
Both. I like them both. I like them both. I like Zizi a lot.
I want to
That's
keep
my
my
people.
sanity before it's my
No,
turn.
both. I like them both. Genuinely, like on a genuine level. No, genuine level. I like them both. And like in terms of when you think about their impact on culture, both shows, like I like them both. To Zizi and Chucky.
Get in there.
Jeezy and Chucky, man.
Big as well for them both.
The Intent or Top Boy? Which was
The Intent.
better?
It's my film.
Look, I'm gonna have to
I don't
interject.
care. It's my film.
You can't be biased.
It's my film. I was watching the trailer. Listen to this.
I
was watching the trailer. No, wait. I was watching the trailer to The Intent the other day, yeah? And I was like, this is lit. Like, imagine I'm on my Vimeo. I'm not even lying to you. My missus is there. I'm on my Vimeo watching The Intent. And I'm like,
You love your shit.
I said, have you seen this?
No.
You know when you haven't watched.
If you don't say that,
Do you know when you haven't? No, but honestly, I'm being
why would you
proper,
make it otherwise?
I'm being proper, like, objective here, yeah? And I'm sat there, and I'm like, I can't believe we did this.
You did. All right. Ashley Walters or Michael Ward?
I mean, Ashley Walters is a legend, isn't it? And I think Michael Ward is a very good actor. He's a brilliant actor. One day I'm gonna work again with him.
Yeah.
Ashley Walters, I look up to him, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like he's sustained different characters in America and the UK, good guy, bad guy, you name it. Like he's not a road actor. Don't get twisted because of Top Boy, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
to you? Like, he's
100%.
done other roles which shows his versatility. So I look up to Ashley
The
Walters.
man are like 25, 30 years in the game.
Life.
Remember, if I'm 18,
Life.
19 years in the game, remember,
He's-
25, 30
No, I look up
years.
to Ash. Like, you know what it is with Ash? Like, he also is a director, so he knows how to respect directors.
Yeah. Tyler Perry or Spike Lee?
Spike Lee, bro.
Easy.
Look, I'm not,
Content-wise,
no, hear me out. I'm not the biggest fan of Spike Lee, don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying that disrespectfully. I think that he's got his audiences that will worship the ground he walks on. And Do the Right Thing is a legendary film.
Yeah.
I watched it 10 times, but no
Alright,
other.
cool.
There's no other Spike Lee film I can say has made me.
Johnson, the actor, or Danielle Vitalis.
I mean, Jasmine Jobson, I've worked with her twice, bro. That's kind of like biased, isn't it?
All right, cool.
I think Jasmine Jobson's a phenomenal actor, and I've never worked with Danielle, so I can't.
All right. Lashana Lynch or Letitia Wright?
It's a good one.
I want to say Letitia Wright,
Yeah?
because I feel like, you know, I love Letitia Wright in Small Axe. I love Letitia Wright in Black Panther. And I think Lashana Lynch in Bond was good.
Noah Clarke or Femi?
Come on, bro.
That's easy, man.
Can I be honest with you? I've got no qualms with no, but this is, like I said, Femi,
Like,
show me love
what
from day
family,
one.
man,
They
early.
trust me, like, bro. If I've got a problem, I'm calling Femi. You know, let's call it a spade. When I had my first call for Noughts and Crosses, I was with Femi.
Come on, love that.
You know what I mean?
Literally.
And he was giving me advice
Swear.
from my phone call. You know
I
what
said,
I'm saying?
bro,
to
you're
you,
gonna
like,
chop, man.
You get what I'm saying? Chassis, fast
Remember
forward.
that? I said, bro, you're gonna chop.
He said to me, bro, just know that if you haven't chopped now, you're gonna chop in today.
Yes, man. And now let them
You
know.
understand?
Must
You
eat
get me?
well. We had lunch that
We
day.
had lunch
ate
that
well.
day, you get me? Man
Alright,
brought me
last
to the
one,
curtain.
last one. Love or money?
Love, bro. God is love, bro.
You
Allow
guys
it.
gave him easy ones,
No,
man.
God is love, bro. You know what? Can I be honest with you? Yeah, God is love, and I make decisions based on love, and it's brought me bread.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with
Facts.
you. You choose bread, you're fucked. You're not getting no love.
Facts.
Everyone's gonna hate your guts. You're gonna be lonely with bread, and eventually not enjoy the bread. Like you see me, every decision I make is based on love, and God brings the peace.
Amen to that. And that's a beautiful way to round the show up.